What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Here we will be talking about how to grow your photography business in 2020, and I'm excited to share some tips and tricks that helped me grow as a photographer for the past 4 or 5 years. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Because you don't know who you're gonna meet.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Rahim. I am a full-time wedding photographer and videographer. I started my own production company here in Southern California called Visual Artistry Collective. Feel free to check us out on our Instagram and our website. I'll leave those links below so that you guys can check it out. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about how to grow your photography business in 2020. I've broken it down into 4 steps. I started my photography journey about 4 or 5 years ago. About like 2014 and 2015 is when I first picked up a camera. I would take lots of graduation photos and corporate shots and kind of just dabbled in photography, learning as much as I could in those first few years. And I'm really humbled and thankful to say that Visual Artistry Collective grosses well over 6 figures a year. In addition to that, I've shot over 150 weddings so far in these past 4 or 5 years, and that's honestly not that much compared to other veteran photographers and videographers out there. That's just how many weddings I've personally shot and our team shot. So just a disclaimer, my opinion is my opinion and what I've gone through to grow through this company and grow as a photography business. So I want to explain some tips that if I had back then, it would help me expedite that growth a lot better. And so I will share those tips with you, because working an 8 to 5 job, balancing a photography business or balancing any other business on the side is very tough. And the more knowledge that you can have to help grow your business, believe me, it's a huge help. So let's get right into this video with tip number 1. So the first tip that I'd like to go into is find your niche. So have you ever heard of this saying, there's riches in niches? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Back when I first started photography, I was doing everything. I was shooting corporate shots, I was shooting clothing brands, I was shooting engagement shoots, I was shooting whatever I could possibly do. I love the fact that I was able to do that, but what really helped me grow as a business was really focusing in on one specific niche. So for you, if you like doing, corporate shoots or business shoots, really hone in on that specific niche and brand yourself as the corporate photographer. It wasn't until my first engagement shoot that I really saw the exposure and the amount of likes that these photos were doing on my page. And so that's when it kind of clicked for me that I would try and focus a little bit more on engagement shoots and wedding shoots and see what happens from there. Later, I started getting a lot more DMs and inquiries about wedding photography and engagement photography, and that's kind of like where it all went down. Now I'm kind of known as the Muslim wedding photographer in the area, so that's kind of what I mean, is be that niche and be that master at that niche, so that way people can refer to you as the expertise in that category. If you wanted to pursue corporate photography, you want to be that person that is the expertise in that niche. I'd like to also say is find a niche that also has a big need for it. So going into my niche specifically, there is a huge need for Muslim wedding photography and videography in the area, and so I try to master that craft and create and develop high quality films that really fill the void within that niche. Tip number 2, branding is everything. Utilize social media to really excel at your branding within your niche. Instagram is a great tool to utilize that branding in order to get more clients and to get more eyes onto your page. I can go into a whole other separate video on Instagram branding in of itself. That's really taken me from step 1 to step 2 in excelling at my business, was creating a really great Instagram that was funneling a lot of these clients. Specifically with Instagram, if you can create a cohesive flow of your feed with beautiful photos of your best work, I think that really sets you apart from other photographers that really don't have their branding in tune. When posting photos on these social media platforms, try and focus in on your niche. So for me personally, it's wedding photography, so I would only post photos of engagement shoots and weddings that I've shot. But let's say you are a corporate photographer or a product photographer, post shots that you've excelled at within those niches. Don't post photos from an engagement shoot, and then post brand photography, and then post a drone shot. It's really confusing on your audience and your client as to what you really sell. So my suggestion is to brand yourself within that niche, whether it be wedding photography, brand photography, commercial photography, whatever it may be. Focus in on your niche on social media. Tip number 3, maintain connections with past clients. Now, 80% of my clients starting out were referrals. So this is very important. Once you've obtained 1 or 2 clients already, do yourself a favor and maintain a relationship with them, whether it's checking in on them, asking them how their photos turned out, asking them what other people thought of their photos, so they can kind of, refer you to other friends and family that needs your type of photography. So for me personally, it was maintaining that connection with my past clients, making sure that whatever they needed, I was fulfilling. And that way I was going over the top for my client. When they referred me to their friends and family, they already had this notion that I was going to help them really get the product and the quality that they were looking for. So keeping good relationships with your past clients is very important. And also keep this in mind, at the end of the day, clients are always gonna remember how you made them feel. Yes, their photos are very important, but from a psychological point of view, clients really want to feel special and feel unique and feel like you're giving them the time that they need in order to deliver these high quality products. So my tip is to really keep a good relationship with them, maintain that relationship throughout the years coming, and hopefully they will refer you to their friends and family based on your work. Tip number 4, and the last tip that I can provide, is network, network, network. It is so important to network within your niche. I can't stress that enough. Word of mouth is everything. 80% of my business, like I said, was word of mouth. Before it turned into SEO, before it turned to Instagram, everything was word of mouth. Depending on your niche will depend on where and who you network with. For me, for wedding photography, it was definitely networking at wedding expos and also networking at the actual wedding itself. So for people that may be dabbling into corporate photography and brand work, definitely go out to those trade shows, pass out business cards, network as much as you can, or even go door to door at your local small business in order to get those clients and showcase the work that you can provide for them. Always, always, always network with as many people as possible. Maybe some clients have a low budget that does not work with you. If you kind of maintain that good relationship with them, they could refer you to other companies that have a higher budget. So it's very important to maintain every single relationship that you make. So I hope you found these 4 tips useful and helpful in your journey in building your business. Like I said, these main tips help me personally grow. It may not have been the story for other photographers out there, but from the 4 or 5 years that I've actually been working as a photographer, I was able to grow my business into a full-fledged studio. If you've learned one thing from this video, please leave a comment of what you learned and what you're going to incorporate into your video. Like I said, smash that like button and subscribe if you'd like more videos like this on my channel. Or if you have other content ideas like you want me to make or share, go ahead and leave a comment on that as well. I would love to maintain this content every week as much as I can. So if you do like my videos, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, guys, peace.